Alright, hello everyone and welcome to whatever the heck this is. Oh yeah, bracket, challenge, prediction, thing. So, I'm just gonna get right into this, except that I'm not. I'm just gonna say that this is basically an initial reactions video as well, since I didn't watch the bracket show. I wanted to make it more entertaining. And also, I wanted to say that I didn't really prepare for this too much. I prepared for it, but I only looked at the key players, the teams they faced, how good they've done against big teams, and not really about the key players or how good they are on defense or offense. I'm just going by the eye test, how I've watched them in games, how good they played against ranked teams. So that's basically all I'm going to do. And I'm gonna try to do two bracket things with the South region and the East region getting done. Let's just go ahead and put Kansas down because they're not going to be beaten. Colorado and UConn, we obviously saw UConn make an incredibly surprising run into the Final Four and obviously winning the tournament as well. So I think UConn will make it, but just skim over Colorado. But their experience, not really experience, but their coaching experience, Kevin Ollie, is going to help them. Maryland hosts South Dakota State. Now, while the Jackrabbits are a good team, I just don't see it happening here. I really don't. Maryland's such a good team, such good talent. I think they're really going to get it done when the tournament comes around. Cal hosting Hawaii. Again, can't see it happening. Although Hawaii, I think it's going to do better. I think Cal's just too good of a team to get knocked down in the first round. I like the way they play it, yeah. Now, I'm going to call for my first upset here. And it's going to be Vanderbilt over Arizona. Now, Vanderbilt have not played particularly well this season, but nor have Arizona. Neither of these teams have looked really impressive during stretches of this season. And Vanderbilt even less so. But they're in a worse division as well. I think they're really going to prove their worth in this division. Or not division, but anyways. Yeah, I think Vanderbilt's going to pull off a huge upset. Go over Arizona. I know Arizona fans are not going to like me for this, but okay, well, here's what I want to say. If you don't like me for the predictions I make, then okay. I'll accept that, but who cares? They're predictions. Go ahead and watch the actual tournament and see what happens, because predictions mean nothing. They're just what I think. Just some random 14-year-old kid on the internet thinks. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And Miami will beat Buffalo. I'm a huge fan of Miami. I mean, not actual fan, but I'm high on them in the tournament to do well. Villanova will advance easily, and Iowa will be given a tough time, but I don't see them losing. Next up in this bracket is Kansas not hosting UConn. Duh. Kansas playing UConn. Now, UConn will give them a run for their money. UConn obviously beat a 2-seed Villanova, 2 seasons ago, I think it was? But it'll be harder this season, and I think Kansas are too good. Kansas haven't done too well. I don't think they made Final Four in 4 or 5 years. I don't even think I like college basketball. Last time they made a college four. Yeah, college four. A Final Four. But anyways. Next we move on to Maryland and Cal. These are two teams that are going to be very good in the tournament, but when it comes down to it, it's always the better overall, teamwork. And teamwork, star players usually goes on to win the tournament. And I think Maryland have just a little bit more of it than Cal. Vanderbilt against Miami. Now, Vanderbilt pulled off a huge upset against Arizona, but Arizona have been very sporadic. So is Miami, but they've been much less sporadic, and Miami will go on to win this one, in my opinion. Iowa and Villanova. Iowa beat Michigan State twice, which was pretty much huge back then, but now Michigan State have gone and waned down a little bit. But now Michigan State have gone and won the Big Ten title or tournament, and they look better than ever. So will Iowa be able to pull off the upset? I'm gonna shock everyone and say they will. be able to pull off the upset. I know maybe it's not the smartest of predictions, but remember Villanova got beaten by 7 seed UConn 2 years ago, and they're never really good come tournament time. Even if this is one of the better Villanova teams, Iowa are good against really good teams, and it's going to help them. Miami, Iowa, I'm just going to make it short and simple. I don't think Iowa are going to have enough in the tank if they do make it this far, so I'm just going to put Miami into the Elite Eight. And then finally, Kansas and Maryland. Kansas obviously haven't done too well, and Maryland, I think it probably underperformed a little bit based on last season. But there's a but. There's a big but. Anyways, Kansas, I think, will make it. They're just so good. I remember when I watched that first Kansas-Oklahoma game. That was insane. I mean, you gotta have heart to win games like those, and they had heart. This Kansas team has probably the most fight in them that I've ever seen from a Kansas team since I've liked college basketball, like 4 years ago. So yeah, Kansas makes it. I'm just going to go ahead and quick predict these. I think USC will probably make it, and so will UNC. Not quick predicting the rest of them, but I am going ahead and... Shoot, what did I do? I'm doing this. I got Kentucky over Stony Brook. Kentucky are going to be much better come tournament time. They were very poor for this actual regular season. But they won the tournament, and that's really, really good. I've never seen a team that wins like a conference tournament and doesn't do it at least decently, other than the smaller teams. Indiana and Chattanooga, it's just a huge gap in talent. I think Indiana will win this one. Notre Dame, Michigan, Toulouse. Okay, I'll just stop myself right now. Notre Dame, I think, should cruise through this. I think Michigan will make it, but Michigan does not as good. Not even close. Then we got West Virginia and Stephen F. Austin. This will be another interesting match, but I don't think it'll happen. Now, there is going to be one upset. There's always one decently big upset, and I think it's going to be Pitt over Wisconsin. Even though I really love Wisconsin and the job Bill Ryan's done, even to get a team that really wasn't very good at all this year, to get a 7 seed in the tournament after going 4 losses in a row in the Big Ten, that's a really good job from Bo Ryan. He's a fantastic coach. Could probably make it in the NBA. But I just like Pitt this year. I really like what they've done. I like their coach as well. It's going to be a good coaching battle, and I think Pitt will just edge out Wisconsin. And Xavier will be Weber State. Now, Xavier beat 2 seed Villanova, also from the Big East. Lost in the second round, in my opinion, round of 32. But they're not following their footsteps. It'll be another close game, but Xavier will make it. Notre Dame and West Virginia. West Virginia is outstanding. They are an amazing team, and I think they have Final Four potential. West Virginia. Now, Indiana, Kentucky. This is probably the only bracket that I'm going to do this, but I honestly think it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Because UNC, the gap in talent between UNC and USC will be an utter shock if USC, even if they do make it past the first round, to beat UNC. And Indiana, Kentucky, even though Indiana won the regular season Big Ten title, which I think is more impressive than the tournament, I don't see it happening. I think Indiana will get knocked out by a stellar Kentucky team who always comes to play. Kentucky. And then finally, we have West Virginia, Xavier. Now, I said West Virginia had Final Four potential, and they really do. They have such a good side. But it's tough to pick against Xavier. They have so much good things happening for them. And I think Xavier, this is the year where they finally showed the Big East is relevant. And then I think Kentucky and UNC, Kentucky will make it, just barely. And then out of this one, since I'm running out of time, I think it'll be, by the skin of their teeth, it'll be Kentucky, just because Xavier doesn't have as much progress. Now, here are my predictions. Oops, I didn't pick this. Here are my predictions. Kansas and Kentucky to make it. See you guys later. Goodbye.